Thanks for opportunity to make our presentation. My name is Dmitry, I am from Debs company and we are from Ukraine. Our country is currently suffering from the full-scale Russian invasion for more than 7 months. And now I am going to tell you how all of us, including world telecom community, trying to keep Ukraine connected during these 7 months of nightmare. For the beginning, I will give you some brief information about Ukraine. So, we are one of the biggest countries in Europe. Just imagine the country is twice bigger than Poland or Italy. The population of Ukraine is more than 40 million people. In the number of telecom, we have 3 main mobile operators with the database 53 million mobile subscribers. At the same time, we have more than 3,000 ISP providers and KTV operators, which covered almost the whole territory of Ukraine by high-speed internet. Only last year, due to Ministry of Digital Transformations, thousands of small villages and local authorities were connected by the fiber. According to the ministry, the coverage of the internet reached 90% last year, and the project was ready to continue this year, but the war came. Some brief info about our company. We are top 1 telecom distributor for ISPs and KTV operators in Ukraine. We are in the market for 31 years. We have such main business lines as distribution, project and system integration, service and repair, technical training. We had more than 4,000 clients, 6 warehouses with more than 20,000 SKUs. We had more than 120 portfolio brands. Quantity of employees reached 250 and our turnover reached 60 million USD. All of us, Debs company, Ukrainians and government, made prosperous and bright plans for 2022. We had plans for business, for leisure and for families. But then the full-scale war came to our country. For 7 months we got used to annoying sounds of air alerts almost every day. Dozens of victims among civilians and military. Our children in bomb shelters. And the idea of war settled in our heads. So what challenges our ISPs faced during these 7 months? First of all, it's supply chain disruption. All our seaports are closed. We needed to find the logistics way through the other countries, like Poland, Germany. The pressure on our borders is extremely high. Traffic jams, delays in supplies, and higher cost of the products. All our refinery factories was attacked, which caused petrol crisis in May, June and July. We already overcome it, but it also increased the cost of the products. During 7 months we have energy crisis in the frontline cities, and we expect to have it in other cities during winter time. We have devaluation of national currency for 50%. Just imagine 50%, 50. All the products, especially for the telecom, is imported from other countries. All raw materials for passive components, optical cables also are imported. But the price for internet still is the same. And this devaluation is also pressure for our internet service providers. They also suffered from the attacks on communication sites and nodes, suffered from stealing their equipment or just damaging it without any reason from the aggressor. All the time we suffer from infrastructure, authority size, and biggest internet website DDoS attacks. But our telecom continue to work and repair their networks to provide service to the customers. Information is the biggest weapon. Their customers need to receive information from the government, local authorities, and everyone needs to know the truth. This photo that I am showing you, real photos that we received from our clients. The guys who repair own networks after the bombs, near the tanks, near the damaged buildings. These photos are made this week. The guys who came just to repair their network was bombed and the car was damaged completely. Or the guy who spent the night in server room just to be sure that his client will receive internet 24/7. Those photos are made in Donetsk region. The offices bombed, networks repaired near the tanks, or the trunk cable which was damaged this week, and the guys spent the whole night together with their own competitors just to splice 300 of fibers and to be sure that the next day all their clients will receive information and the internet will be provided. Just imagine, they repair it together with own competitors. Our company also suffered. Depth office and warehouse was completely destroyed in Kharkiv region. Kharkiv city is being bombed every day. They destroy the civilian city every day by bombing it. Until February 24, as I said, Ukraine had the largest high-speed coverage internet in Europe. According to the statistic provided by the Ministry of Digital Transformation, 3 mobile operators lost around 11% of mobile stations. Around 12% of their subscribers lost mobile communication at all. Nearly 20% mobile communication remains slow. 25% of networks were damaged or destroyed. According to the statistics of World Bank, the losses of telecom is over 2.6 billion USD. They need around 710 million to compensate and to build mobile towers, to lay optical cables, to buy new equipment. They suffer from non-received subscription fee is over 100 million. Now you know more about our country, us, and the situation we had for last 7 months. And now I will tell you more positive news. Just a month or something after the beginning of the war, we got a call from Natalia, who works for Association of Rights Owners in Ukraine. He told us, "Hi, I have been contacted from NLOG Alliance. They wanted us to help with telecom humanitarian aid and asked us to help with the customs, logistics, as well as with contacting the recipients and delivering the aid to them." So we started to make some papers for the first shipment, got some assist from the Ministry of Digital Transformation side, as well to pass the customs, and it was really great surprise for us when after 2 weeks we got the full truck filled with active equipment, servers, switches, SFP modules, and some other stuff. After the first shipment in April, we proceed with another one. Until now, we got 7 of them, just from the NOG Alliance. This aid gave us an opportunity to help more than 60 companies. To be more exact, 69 within now. We help all 10 top internet operators in Ukraine, as well as small and medium-sized ones. There is no any criteria for us for the scale or quantity of subscribers to provide the help. Of course, the aid is delivered to the occupied regions or region which asked us for help, at the front lines and so on. Firstly, it was Kyiv and its suburbs like Bucha and Irpin. Later it was Sumy and Chernihiv. Just at the beginning of September, after the occupation of Kharkiv, we received many calls from there. After the occupation of Balaklia and so on, some operators moved there just to re-establish internet connection and started to provide their services again. Some numbers of NOG Alliance help. Now the total help is received for the amount over 1 million USD. We received over 1,000 of SFP transceivers, over 1,100 switches and routers, 28 fiber splicers, a lot of wireless equipment. Just 2 weeks ago, we got 24 OTDRs from NOG Alliance and already shipped it to the clients to test the fiber in the field after repairing their network. So after getting the aid from NOG Alliance and successfully started this project, we got some help from other brands, like South Korean Inno Instrument, who provided us 10 fusion splicers, Latvian company Microtik, who provided us switches and routers for 20,000 of USD, or Chinese company who is the leader for PON equipment, who provided us help for 25,000 USD. We cannot tell that Keep Ukraine Connected is one project. It's a series of projects. Together with the Ministry of Digital Transformation, with the help from Elon Musk's side, we provided our ISPs and KTV operator Starlink, Powerwall gateway and inverter kits, solar panels, generators, inverters. Just in May, we got a call from British Telecom from their Hungarian office, and they presented us 400 laptops. These laptops we already shipped to the call center of ISPs providers. One ISP provider made 4 internet classrooms in 4 schools near Bucha region. By the way, we use Wi-Fi kits from NOG Alliance to provide Wi-Fi for free to children in these schools. We also presented around 100 laptops for the teachers in Hostomel, whose houses were completely robbed by Russian soldiers. We also presented laptops to people from Bucha and Irpin who also were robbed. We presented laptops to the refugees' children, and we continue this project as well. You can see the photos of happy people who is receiving laptops and starting using it. For all of us, all these projects were made under Keep Ukraine Connected motto. I would like to thank everyone involved in the project. First of all, NOG Alliance team. It's René, Sander, Yen, Nestle, and volunteer driver Daniel and Martin, who delivered us 6 shipments, making 4,000 kilometers per road. If you want to listen to the story from René's side, you can find it easily in YouTube and here how they stuff their garages with some equipment, load the trucks, made some roads, and spent their nights in the border. I also would like to thank all the vendors who help us. Microtik, Inno, BDCom mentioned above, but I also would like to mention Juniper, Fortinet, Flex Optics. Thank you very much. Also would like to thank Natalia, who started this project and who is supporting this project all the time. Thanks to CES, the biggest satellite provider who provides the biggest donate to us, which help us to buy a lot of fiber splicings, a lot of TDRs, and hope to buy some other stuff in future. And of course, I would like to thank Deb's team, all the departments, sales department, logistics, warehouse, who continue to support this project. And of course, I would like to say thank you very much for the companies who donated own equipment and who involved in this project. Believe me that I saw the reaction of ISPs, and I can tell you they thank you very much. So despite anything, we continue it. We continue this project, we continue to fight, and we continue to provide the aid to telecom ISP providers in every region needed. So just now we need money funds to buy optical cable and passive components to repair the networks. We need to buy more fusion splicers and OTDRs. And we need donation for telecom equipment, switches, routers, SFP, and Wi-Fi. So if you want to help, let us keep Ukraine connected together. By QR code, you can go to website of NLNOG Alliance Keep Ukraine Connected project and find more information about the project. Thank you very much for your attention, and keep Ukraine connected.
Thank you for your presentation, Dmitry. We are very honored to have you here live with us to answer a couple of questions. It is very understandable that we could all see and hear that at some points in your presentation you started to become a bit emotional. So my first question to you, I think, might be, how has your day been so far? Can you hear us now, Dmitry? No? Okay. In that case, maybe I want to ask Sander to come forward and tell a little bit about the Keep Ukraine Connected initiative.
So, yeah, my day's been fine, by the way. Good. No, it's this all started because of René. Because René is the chairman of our foundation, and he actually drove with humanitarian goods to Ukraine, and then came back and was like, hey, we have this foundation to help network operators. Why are we not helping here? Yeah. Sorry, Dmitry. So you know, it was just very simple. Like, my girlfriend's a designer, so she designed a nice logo. We put up a web page, and we're like, let's see if we can collect a few routers for them to help them rebuild. And then it got a bit out of hand. So yeah, we've had hundreds of people donating equipment. We have people driving all over Europe to collect equipment. The first truck you saw was actually driven by René from Berlin through Prague to Ljubljana in Slovenia, and then on its way back through Poland to the Ukrainian border. So he drove a few thousand kilometers in one weekend, first to collect all the equipment and then to drop it off. And people like Daniel, he lives in Germany, but I think he's almost in the Netherlands picking up stuff like every other week. So we try to collect stuff here for example, my parents have a nice covered place where we can store some equipment. So I just have to tell Daniel, oh, there's another load of donated equipment at my parents. You know where they live now. And he goes and picks it up. So yeah, so it's been really crazy. Those fiber splicers are insanely expensive. Like if you want a good one that is usable for the backbone links, usually they cost about 10,000 euros. We have some really good deals with the distributors and resellers, so we usually get them for about half the price. But then that's still 5,000 euros per device, and like you see, we've shipped now 20-something devices that way, and all of that is paid by donations we got. So yeah, it's been incredible how much support we have gotten and are still getting. Teun.
Yes, I have a couple of questions from IRC. I hope that you will be able to answer them. The first one is, well, how do you get the stuff at the right place within the Ukraine? Because getting it to the border sounds doable. Getting it into the Ukraine sounds...
Yeah, so that's where DEPS comes in, and they're amazing at that. So what we do is either we drive to DEPS or we meet them at the border. The first shipment, they brought a truck to the first petrol station behind the border, and we brought the truck there and just put them back to back and loaded all the equipment from one truck into the other. And then DEPS takes it back to their warehouses. They package everything, they inspect everything, they prepare everything for shipping. And then they, because they're usually a distributor of like new equipment, they now for free provide all that service for the donated equipment as well. So it's DEPS that actually takes care of that and brings the stuff to the right place.
Okay. Next question, because I have a couple one. What are the minimum requirements for equipment donated?
So usually we go like, if it's older than 10, 15 years, probably not. Minimum speeds are gigabit. We really don't need any 100 meg stuff anymore. Switches, especially if they have power over Ethernet, because they can be used to power the Wi-Fi access points in things like schools and bomb shelters. Yeah, basically, if you'd be embarrassed to put it in your own data center, don't try to ship it to us. Ukraine is not a third world country. They have a very developed internet ecosystem, so the stuff they need, especially for the backbones, are like 40 gig, 100 gig, stuff like that. They really don't need our old junk.
Yeah. I think there's a nice list on the website as well, right?
Yeah, that's so basically not too old, gigabit or higher, and then usually we can use it. And of course, there's also stuff like KVM devices, out of band management, and all the other stuff. And of course, for that the requirements are a bit different, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Okay. Last question then from the IRC channel is: so where do we send the equipment? Your parents?
Preferably, we have Daniel in Germany and Marcin in Poland. They're the ones that actually also drive with their vans to Ukraine. So shipping it there would be ideal. Don't just ship it there. Do talk to us first, because they have limited space available. If it's not possible to ship it, Daniel comes to the Netherlands a lot. So for here in the Netherlands, we do actually regularly arrange pickups. Either I pick it up and park it at my parents' house, or Daniel goes and picks it up. So we can arrange something. And if that's not possible, we can use some of the donated money to actually pay for shipping. But of course, we'd rather not do that and use the money for splicers.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Erik. Oh, hey, Erik.
Hello. Yeah. So for the people in the room, if you have any equipment, please come talk to myself or to Sander, because we actually need to register you in the database. I can help out with that. Also, if you have any questions about it, For people living on the west side of the Netherlands, I have an office in Permanent. We can also use that for storage somewhat, and I'll make sure it gets shipped to Apeldoorn.
Yeah, just for everybody, Eric is our biggest promoter here in the Netherlands. He even paid for some booths at the MCH camp this summer. And please give him some applause because he's been helping a lot. Sorry, had to do that. Do we have Dmytro back?
Well, we do still have him, but as you will have noticed, there is a problem with the audio. It sounds a little bit like last year, but believe me, the setup is totally different now, so it must be a different problem too. Anyway, Sander and Natalie talk to him every day, so we will surely convey to him how everything went here today. And you can be sure that he will hear about this presentation and how it was received in this room. So thank you again.
Also, there are postcards and stickers around.